Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Welcome and thank you for stopping by. It's fantastic that you are here. Well, I trust you enjoyed my last video on pop artist Britt Nicole, when we looked in particular at bullying and all the things needed for bullying to actually happen. And for those in particular who are on the receiving end of bullying, you are worth more than gold. You really, really are. So I trust for everybody who watched that video, it was an encouragement for you. Well, we go from there to American singer-songwriter Bruce Hornsby today. Now, between 1986 and 2019, he's released 21 albums in various versions. We had him with The Range and then with the Grateful Dead for a while, obviously as a solo artist with the Noisemakers, Skag and Hornsby and the Bruce Hornsby Trio. So 21 albums from 86 to 2019 and 25 singles in amongst those albums. Now, Bruce has got one of those really beautiful, warm, comfortable voices, and he is an exceptionally good piano player. In fact, he's got influences from all over the place: classical, jazz, folk, Motown, gospel, rock, blues, the list goes on and on. And so he's a very versatile guy indeed. He is a three-time Grammy Award winner. In 1987, he won Best New Artist. In 1990, Best Bluegrass Album, just for something different. And then 1994, Best Instrumental Pop Performance. And so Grammy Award winner today. Now, in order for us to talk about Bruce Hornsby, we need to talk about the song The Way It Is, which came out in 1986. And this was the song that probably gave rise to him winning the Grammy Award in 1987 for Best New Artist. Now, if you were around back around then, you may remember this clip. It was him and the Range, as it was back then, just playing this song and playing it so well. The world very much met Bruce Hornsby through this song. And what makes this song so compelling is actually what it's about. It's having a look at poverty in this world. It's having a look at the fact that not all people get it easy. Some people get it very, very hard indeed. And sometimes the gap between the have and the have-nots seems to be really, really wide. And particularly in the 1980s, this was the decade of opulence and extravagance. It was the age of the tech boom, when people were making lots and lots and lots of money, and other people were seeming to get less and less and less money. Because the 80s was the era of very high unemployment, and interest rates in Australia around 17 to 18%. So we're talking about a $100,000 loan, 20 grand a year, give or take, in interest. This sort of rates were killing people. Economies were really struggling through the opulence. It was clear that it wasn't being equally shared amongst everybody. There were some really, really big winners. And of course, then it all decided to crash in 1987 when stock markets around the world decided to crash. And a lot of this opulence and extravagance had to stop at that point. The way it is really having a look at human nature and the way that it can judge at times. We may look at anything that's different to us and think, well, they're not as good, or they're a bit strange, and well, why don't you just get a job, for heaven's sake? You just get a job, that's all you need to do. The issue we have with some families is that this can be a multi-generational thing. Dad saw that grandpa wasn't working, and so he just thought, well, this is the way it is. Or kids looking up to their dad and thinking, well, this is just the way it is, is life meant to be like this? And so hence this concept of getting on in life and trying to find your way is just not even a thing for some families. And so therefore they find themselves needing welfare just to survive. I think it's very, very easy for people like myself who live in relatively good surroundings to look at those who haven't and be judgmental. That's the last thing that we should do, because if I was in the situation, I wouldn't want people to be judging me, because I'd be wanting people to think, well, good on you, you're trying to do the best you can with what we got. Everyone deserves to have dignity. Everyone deserves to live the life that they think they need to live it. Obviously, we don't ever close our eyes completely to possibilities and opportunities that may present themselves, but certainly people need to kind of be trusted that they're doing the best they can with what they know. Which I think that's the most important thing, is with what they know at the time. In fact, if we were to go around saying, get a job, which is one of the comments made in this song as Bruce contemplates and thinks about the comments that he's probably heard and seen through his life, and as he watches what humanity does at times, maybe it's up to us, instead of just saying, get a job, maybe we need to be saying, well, what can I do to walk with you to prepare you to get a job? Maybe if we judge, then the obligation comes on us to actually do something about that to make the world a better place. People don't need judgment, particularly those who are struggling in life. They need our support and encouragement. They need kindness and need a friendly face, because life can be a struggle for some people. It really, really can. And we need to be an encourager. As I shared a little while back from my song by the Angels, Take a Long Line, when I looked at those that walk the harder way of life, I said at the time how resilient these people actually are, and how amazing they can get through life the way they actually do. And often amongst people of these communities, that is an incredible community spirit. Everybody knows each other and everyone checks on and see how each other is going. It's quite a wonderful thing, I am thinking. So let's withhold our judgment. Let's not cross the road when we see someone. Let's actually say hello and be kind. Because I'm sure if we were in this situation, we want people to be kind to us. This is what this song by Bruce is saying today. The way it is that some things never change, we'll know. What he's saying is that things that need to change from where they are to a better world where we all have the right to be human and to have our humanity respected. So, and I'm very much putting myself in this category today as well. Look, I need to withhold judgment. I do my best to do that, but sometimes it just sneaks through and sneaks out when I don't even realise it. So we try really, really hard to always treat people with respect. Well, I trust that will be an encouragement for you today. Well, on to the clips. Now, yes, we have to have The Way It Is. This came off the album of the same name. This is a live clip with the Noisemakers. Even though this song was recorded with The Range, this is a live version with the Noisemakers. And so you'll just get to see what I mean by how great this song is, how thought-provoking it is, and how an incredible performer Bruce Hornsby actually is. Then I thought I'd look at a couple of others. We've got the song Across the River. This came off the album A Night on the Town. It came out in 1990, and this is the official clip with The Range. It's kind of like a rite of passage story of a young lass, where she was and where she is now across the river. And I thought also, you may remember this song. It was a song brought out by Don Henley called The End of the Innocence. Now, this was co-written with Bruce Hornsby, and even though Don Henley had a lot of success, and of course Don Henley is Eagles royalty as their drummer and the voice of Hotel California. I thought I'd give the other guy, the other songwriter in this song, a bit of a go. And here we have a live version of Bruce singing this song with some beautiful accompaniment in this particular version. Now, the links to these 3 songs are in the description below. So I encourage you to look at some of those or all of those or whatever you'd like. And I've also included a link to my last commentary on Britt Nicole and You Are Worth More Than Gold. So if you want to recap on that one, feel free as well. But certainly have a look at Bruce's stuff first. Well, I trust this has been an encouragement for you today. If you have come back for another video, thank you very much. It's fantastic that you're here. And if you've hung around for the end, yay, we love that. Really, really love that. So thank you very much. Well, that's it for today. Next time, we're going to go on to the boss, Bruce Springsteen. So until then, I'll catch you around.